Hi there and welcome to the Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix 2024 off the back of a great sprint race here at Miami in the rain. As you see, we've got a dry track today, thankfully. Just a quick one before we start. If you're able to, you can support the channel, by the way. If you look at the link, will be in the description. Go to buymeacoffee.com. If you can't do that, you can always subscribe. That's free and that's much appreciated. Let's have a look at the grid anyway quickly. We've got Fernando Alonso sitting on pole position today, which is great stuff, with George Russell on the front row of the grid in second position. Leclerc on the second row with Perez, Sainz and Hamilton. Piastri, Stroll 8th, not a bad qualifying there. Albon, Verstappen 10th with a penalty. Ocon and Gasly side by side. Magnussen and Hulkenberg, more teammates side by side. Then we've got Tsunoda, Bottas, Norris there, 17th position, our championship leader from Zhou, and then Sargent and Ricciardo at the back, both taking penalties. But yeah, that's a pretty awful start from for Norris, right at the back of the grid. That's going to affect him. Actually, not the championship leader, because I forgot the sprint race. Max just took the lead on race wins, but still, it's not a great qualifying for Lando or for Max really with that penalty. There's a good chance that Fernando Alonso can make up some points here. The lights are out and we're underway. Lap 1 of 29 here at Miami. Alonso camp in the bottom left. It's a really good start from Alonso. Leclerc's trying to get past Russell. He's going to have the inside line. Yes, he's going to get through. Russell's going to fight back though. Not quite going to get it. I think Leclerc's going to hold on to second position here. Yes, he is. Piastri leaving out to Perez. There's a replay of the start, and as you can see as the lights go out, that's a great start from Charles Leclerc. Great past George Russell there. So that up into second position, and yeah, easy work for the Ferrari. On Sainz in a solid fourth position as well, which will obviously be good for the constructors for the Ferraris. There's doing well there, fifth position. Maybe to get past Oscar Piastri. You can see a bit of a training. Still on lap 1 though, so plenty of time. Lance Stroll holding on to 8th position as well in the second Aston Martin. Hopefully doesn't see a repeat of the sprint race. He was running quite well. He was in the, I think he was 8th at the time, and just spun out basically. Yeah. That's Verstappen still in 10th. Just behind Alex Albon as it stands. And I need to get past as quickly as possible. He's pulled out a little bit of a gap over the Alpines, who are switching positions at the minute, just outside the point. See everybody come through. Everyone's got round pretty safely there. Norris has down to 18th position. Couldn't have asked for a worse start really, unless he would have DNF. So yeah, not great from Lando. See, Fernando Alonso has pulled out quite the gap here very early on. This could be a bit of a procession for first place. Hamilton, Piastri there. If you look on the left hand side of the screen, you can see the switching positions. Norris is trying to get past Joe for 17th. Definitely got the car to do it, but not having a great start. Back up to 17th though. You see Leclerc didn't get DRS, so Fernando already over a second in front in first position. This could be quite an easy race. Clear under pressure as well. See Max Verstappen going around the outside on Alex Albon. The inside line through the right-hander, and nicely done there. Definitely has the advantage in performance, of course, but yeah, nice work from Max up to 9th position. Really chasing down Lance Stroll as quickly as possible. Chasing pack now of Leclerc, Russell, Sainz and Perez. All looking to catch the leader, Fernando Alonso, although that looks to be easier said than done right now. Hamilton now getting on the back of that pack, with also Piastri. You see Lance Stroll still very much in this, looking to improve his position, although he's going to be under a lot of pressure from Max Verstappen, especially down here with DRS. Verstappen, yeah, he's gone through on Lance there. Not surprising. He does have the, as I mentioned before, he does have that performance in the Red Bull. And you add the fact that it is Max Verstappen to the mix. Here we see the replay actually of the pass on Lance. Having a look there on the outside, there was not a lot of room. He's had to take it on the inside through the left-hander, just as he passed Albon on the last lap. You see again, similar manoeuvre, and now to 8th position in that Red Bull. Now it's time for him to try and chase down Oscar Piastri. He's also getting close, but not quite close enough to make a move on Leclerc. Actually, Charles, since dropping back a little bit during that first lap, has managed to stay within range of Fernando. He's not dropping back at all. Looks like George Russell and Charles Leclerc are trying to pull away a little bit from Carlos Sainz. DRS again for Russell, or I would imagine so, and not quite close enough though. The DRS enabled. And Perez in 5th position. There's a three-way battle there, and Verstappen has even managed to get through on Piastri. That is a disastrous section of the track there on this lap for Oscar. Down into 8th position, losing out big time. I imagine DRS had some say in that. And Carlos Sainz trying to make a move on Perez, and he's going to get through, I think. No, not quite. Perez defending very well. I thought Sainz had enough room there, and enough of the straight left to make the pass, but unfortunately Prix hasn't, and now he's under a lot of pressure from Lewis Hamilton. And we're adding Max Verstappen to the mix, so it's going to be very close between these guys. Max obviously, as I say, he's going to want to pass as quickly as possible, just so he can try and chase down George Russell. It's going to be more difficult now. He's fighting with drivers and with cars, but he's not going to get past as easily. Strolled down to 10th. Albon's overtook him as well, so not great news there for the Aston Martin. 3 wide here. This might end up, yeah, Max has had to pull out a little bit there. Hamilton's managed to get through on Sainz, but then we go through the chicane, and I think Hamilton managed to keep hold there. As you can see, 3 wide. And that looked like a little touch on Verstappen. I don't know whether he's got damage there. That could be very important in terms of this race. Certainly a little kiss, a bit of contact. As Hamilton's going to have to defend pretty hard now. This very long straight. And like in the sprint race, we do have DRS, so we'll see. He's managed to hold off quite well. Perez has got through, which I expected with DRS. Lewis not having it, but he's done a good job. He's done a good enough job. You know, he's not lost more than 1 position, and he's going to have DRS on this lap. Very high tyre wear here at Miami. It's very high track temperatures, coupled with what is quite a difficult track in terms of tyre wear anyway. I think the pit stops are going to be crucial today. There we go. DRS enabled from the guys here. Look at them all bunched up. I think Perez has managed to pull out a little gap on Lewis here. Not a huge gap, but yeah, just maybe enough to stay out of DRS range of Lewis. Perez chasing down George Russell rather than having to defend against Lewis Hamilton. Here we go again. Max Verstappen is going to pass Carlos Sainz. Is he going to make a move down the inside? He's going to try, but I'm not sure. No, he's not able to make that move stick on Sainz. He kind of boxed himself in there at the end of the straight, going for the double overtake. It's a rare error of judgment from Max Verstappen, and Lewis Hamilton has managed to pull away ever so slightly with the Ferrari and the Red Bull both battling behind, and that's brought Oscar Piastri back into the fold. And the McLaren driver there will be happy. Just looking further down the grid, Lando has managed to get to into 15th position, but that's not great really. Verstappen now making that pass on Sainz. Just like an overtake here, he's already managed to make 2 stick so far, and yes, he's through again. So Max Verstappen up to 6th position. It's been a very good first 7 laps for Max. Remember, he started in 10th due to a grid penalty, and he's looking very strong. I think he's a little bit too far back in terms of the gap to Alonso, but all it takes is one little error from Fernando, and I think Max is well in this race for a win. Asking a lot though, a mistake from Alonso at this stage, looking very, very good in first position. If you're following the Alonso cam bottom left there, you see he's looking very smooth. He's controlling the race, managing the tyres quite well, not having to overly push. Got clean air too, which is of great importance. Max is going to have DRS here. He's going to be looking to make the pass on Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz losing out, down in 7th position. And is he going to get through, Max? He's looking to take the inside line round a long right-hander, and he's managed to get through. Now in 5th position, Max Verstappen. Made up 5 places already in 8 laps. And Carlos Sainz has just been passed by Oscar Piastri as well, so Carlos dropping like a stone. He's having a tough few laps. He's got to refocus and try and get that position back to Piastri for a start. You see Russell and Perez battling. Perez has managed to get to 3rd position now, so having a really good race as well. Sergio Perez in the 2nd Red Bull. Looking pretty decent, the Red Bulls here at Miami. That's really good for them, of course, in terms of the Constructors' title as well. Just based on, purely based on the fact that Lando down in 14th, Oscar down in 7th position, the 2 Red Bulls doing really well. I'm going to be very happy with that, I would imagine. And that's getting pretty close to George Russell here. And we'll see if he can do anything over the next couple of laps. About 20 and a half racing laps to go. A bit early to pit in yet, but at some point you would imagine, I'd say about lap 13, these mediums are probably looking to pit in to go onto the hard tyres. Here we go, down the big straight here, very long straight. DRS enabled. George trying to fend off Max here. Max might get boxed in by Perez inadvertently. Is he going to manage to get through on Russell? Yeah, he is actually. Yeah, Perez just managed to pull away a little bit. Left a bit of space for Max to get through on George Russell. So now we've got the Red Bulls in 3rd and 4th position. So doing really well. Back up to 2nd now, and Charles Leclerc looking quite comfortable. He can't afford to let off any here though. These Red Bulls are, as I've just mentioned, looking very strong. So yeah, not going to have the easiest of times, especially if these Red Bulls can get a move on, which it looks like they are. Might see some team orders here too. Is Perez going to let Max through? Not yet. We've got 2 Mercedes just behind, although they're starting to pull out a slight gap. I think Sergio Perez is holding Max up ever so slightly here, and Max will be looking to pass. There we go. We're going to see now with DRS. Is he going to make a move? You can see in the background there, Lewis Hamilton making a move on George Russell, and he's going to get through. It's whether he can make it stick round the corner. Max couldn't get through there, still in 4th position. Hamilton did make that pass and he's made it stick, so pretty good from Lewis. So Russell is going to come back and try and attack here. They're side by side, the 2 Mercedes, and that could end in disaster. They need to just be a little bit careful. Total Wolf won't want those 2 racing too hard. Keep it clean. Equally, Christian Horner will probably want Verstappen to pass Perez as quickly as possible, and I think he's going to do it now. It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like that's a clean pass. I don't think Perez is going to be able to do much here. You see Max already planted that car in front. and now looking to chase down Charles Leclerc for second position. This race far from over. 11 laps in, or we're on lap 11, and I think Max is still in with a chance here. The pit stops are going to be crucial. It is an outside chance. Fernando is doing really, really well, but yeah, Max is looking like a different animal now. Not like at China, where of course the DNF cost him dearly, cost him first place in the championship. It's going to be well clear of Lando Norris though, just because Lando down in 12th position. He has managed to fight back quite well, Lando, from 17th. They're looking to score points, but as it stands, Max doing really well. I believe he's got the fast lap at the minute as well, Max, so that'd be 16 points instead of the 15. An extra point for the fast lap. Oh, he's looking. Oh, he's look on the outside. Then he's gone on to the inside. We'll try and block Leclerc off here. Got to leave a little bit of room. He has managed to get up into second position. And I think he's made it stick. That's a very, very nice move from Max Verstappen to move up into second position. Absolutely flying here. As you can see, he's not a million miles away from Fernando Alonso right now. Going to be difficult. He's got to defend against Leclerc and Perez, who both have DRS. Oh, a huge lockup from Leclerc there. That's not going to do his tyres any favours. There we go, someone's coming into the pits here. This will be Fernando Alonso. As he comes into the pits. As I say, if you do like the video, please give us a thumbs up. That's much appreciated. Always helps. And if you leave a comment down below, always helps with the algorithm. So Fernando's going to come out in 12th position, 13th maybe? No, 11th. The pit exit there, you kind of cut in front of a couple of people. But he's going to try and make the undercut. If he's going to do this, he's going to have to get a move on. He's ran wide there. Those cold tyres not doing any favours. He's going to have to get a move on, as I said, and try and get past Pierre Gasly as quickly as possible. Having a little look, Gasly trying to defend. Alonso's going to have DRS. Ooh, look at that. Flying around the corner. That left-hander, very quick. Into another left-hander, into the left, and then the long right-hander. And he has got past Gasly. You've got to get on the back of Lance Stroll here, try and get some DRS. That's massively important for Fernando. You know how strong the undercut is. We've seen it this season. So yeah, so it's so important here, as Max Verstappen is overtaken by Perez. I believe he's in the pits. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, onto the hard tyre. Let's see where Max comes out, especially in relation to Fernando. I think it's going to be quite close. If Fernando's out and past, well, maybe Verstappen lost out a little bit there. Of course, that's just good news for the Aston Martin drivers. Fernando Alonso in particular. Lance Stroll doing a bit of a job for the team here, it seems. Verstappen and Leclerc both been in the pits already. Lando Norris is up to 7th, but it's not actually going to be 7th. He's yet to pit. Again, the McLaren's going quite long in terms of their strategy. As Fernando now makes the pass on his teammate Lance Stroll. You see the replay here. Slight touch from Lance on the side of Fernando's car. Hopefully no damage. That could affect car performance, but hopefully not. And Sergio Perez is now going to pit in. Obviously Max getting priority in the pits, coming in first. You can see quite a few pitting in now. Sainz and Russell both in as well. Alonso up to second. Piastri and Norris still out. Still running long on the strategy. We're about halfway through the race now. This is the battle for third position. Max is actually currently running P2. As when Norris and Piastri both pit in, we'll gain those positions back. We'll be back into P2. Good news for Fernando here. If Lando on those older tyres is managing to hold Max up, although Verstappen does make the pass. If Lando's held him up there, even for just like half a lap, that's going to be big news for the Aston Martins and for Fernando Alonso. It's going to be a big difference maker, potentially. As you can see, Max is clearly over a second behind. Whether now that he has a bit of clean air, he can close that gap on Fernando Alonso. Finding out very soon, I guess. Incredibly, these McLarens staying out. I'm aware that they're on hard tyres, but still, it's the reverse strategy here. Staying out long for your first stint is probably not the optimal strategy. Yes, you're going to get a boost in performance off the medium tyres, but you're going to be quite far behind. We've got a replay here from Pierre Gasly, who's, that's a huge, that's not even a lockup. I think that might be the end of Pierre's race. Yeah, that's more engine trouble for the Alpines and for Pierre Gasly. And that's his race over, I'm afraid, as Fernando decides to take the scenic route there. A little bit of a shortcut. Hopefully doesn't get any penalties. We've seen him run wide a couple of times. He hasn't gained any advantage though. Shouldn't be an issue. He's not actually a million miles away from Oscar here, as you can see. Closing the gap as well, so Piastri's going to lose out big time when he pits. For Norris it's a little bit different, because he started in 17, so he was out of position in terms of his qualifying, so not surprising that he's gone on a long first stint. Although, yeah, for Oscar Piastri, currently running first position, but as I mentioned, yet to pit. This could be disastrous. I feel quite bad for Pierre Gasly. That's not his first DNF this season. The Alpines really suffering with reliability issues, or lack thereof. Perez now very close to Leclerc, looking to regain his position here, so that he's directly behind Max Verstappen, and a potential double podium for the Red Bulls. Surely Oscar's going to pit in any time now, you would imagine. Yep, I think Oscar's pitted in. So Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen have gone through. What tyres has he gone on to? Has he gone on to the mediums? Yeah. Look at that, falling down to 8th position. Comes out just behind Carlos Sainz. Got those cold tyres, you've got to warm those tyres up. He's probably going to have a decent shout here at catching Sainz, maybe Russell and Hamilton. But I don't see him getting onto the back of the likes of Perez, Leclerc and Verstappen, and of course Alonso is well down the road from Oscar. Lando, after that pit stop, is down in 11th, which is still a 6th place gain from his starting position. Probably going to have medium tyres as well, so couple that with the performance of the McLaren, is looking good to at least score some points today, although which would be good considering his qualifying position, although in terms of the championship he's probably going to finish here, what, 9th at best. It's going to be difficult. Oscar Piastri having a good look at Carlos Sainz, but not quite making the pass yet. Still, I'd say those tyres are probably about heated up by now. They're probably at ideal temperature. Needs to pass as quickly as possible. Don't think George Russell's a million miles away either, so if he can get past Carlos pretty quickly, then he's going to have a good chance at catching George Russell in the Mercedes. So DRS down here, definitely going to have it. He's very, very close. Is he going to be able to close the gap enough though? Don't think so. Although he's having a look. Oh, maybe he is. He's going to try and go down the inside on the left-hander. No, not quite. Not quite close. Not risking the overtake there. He's got plenty of time. As I say, he needs to get on the back of Russell as quickly as possible. Will he be able to do it here? I'm not sure. He's going to be close enough again. Yeah, that's not great for Oscar Piastri. Not ideal. We've got now Lewis Hamilton on the back of Perez, who's not being able to stick to Charles Leclerc. He was looking to pass a few laps ago, and yeah, just dropped back a little bit, and he's under real pressure from Lewis Hamilton now. Mercedes have performed quite well in recent weeks, so yeah, they're doing really well. Those upgrades have really worked for them. I think the team, obviously, or that's done the best out of the upgrades, you must say, is the Aston Martins, because Fernando Alonso is looking like a potential world champion right now. Of course, a long way to go this season. Still in the early stages as Oscar manages to get past Carlos Sainz this time. Gonna have to defend down this straight though. Yeah, even though it's early stages, Fernando Alonso looking really strong now. I think he's currently running third in the championship pre-race. So if he can take maximum points, or at least 25, even if he doesn't get the extra point for the fast lap, which he does hold at the minute, by the way. Yeah, he's going to be closing the gap on Max, and certainly on Lando Norris, who's running 10th behind Albon. There's Max Verstappen, quite clear in second position in terms of both Fernando Alonso in front and Charles Leclerc behind him. He's kind of in no man's land where he's got clean air, which is going to help his laps and his lap times going through the chicane there. Very difficult chicane, that. Very easy to lose the rear of the car and put it into a wall. As we see there, it's not that far away from Fernando Alonso. Leclerc, you saw him there in the background, looking to secure yet another podium for himself this season. Right into the meat and drink of the race now, where it's going to be won and lost. And that sweeping double left-hander. Lovely to see. Some really nice driving today from Max Verstappen. Remember, 10th position on the grid due to a penalty, and he's looking very, very sharp right now. I think he'd be more than happy with second position, considering where he started. Lando's managed to get up to 9th, by the way, which will be an extra point for him. It'll be 2 instead of the 1. We go down to Norris. He's not going to be, I don't think, anyway, he's not going to be under pressure from Alex Albon or Lance Stroll, so he's going to be chasing Carlos Sainz, really. He is running out of time, though. We're on lap 22. He's not that far behind, but he does need to get a move on. Lance Stroll with a really good battle here with Alex Albon for the final point scoring position. Looks like Lance is going to get through, and he has. And can he hold it? Excuse me, just squeezing Albon out there. Lovely pass. Any extra points that Lance Stroll can score for the Aston Martin team is a bonus, really, and it'll be really good for them in terms of the constructors. I do think the Aston Martins are the outsiders in terms of the constructors title. I think the Red Bulls, the Ferraris and the McLarens are all in with a better shout, just because of the consistency of both drivers rather than just the one in their respective teams. And it makes it really difficult for Fernando Alonso, because he's got to basically carry the team pretty much on his own. Even the Mercedes, who've been, as I mentioned, performing very well recently, if they can continue in that vein, then they'll have a chance even at getting past the Aston Martins. Hamilton now up to 4th, by the way. Perez down to 5th. Piastri up to 6th. He's done well to fight back there. That I did have a lot of doubts about the hard medium strategy. So far, so good for Oscar, and he could, if he's still got the performance in those tyres. Remember, he went very long on the hards, so if he has performance in those medium tyres, he might have a cheeky look at maybe even 4th place here. There we can see the gap between Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso. Still over a second, and Fernando controlling the race from the front. Not sure Perez will get close enough to Lewis Hamilton here to make an actual move or a pass. He's just got to stay as close as possible and be ready for when he gets the RS. I mean, this one here is a very short DRS zone. It's just about positioning yourself. We've seen from Max Verstappen in particular that there's a very good chance of being able to pass through the second DRS sector, and of course the third one is the very, very long straight. So he's just got to stay on the back, on the back of Lewis Hamilton, and he's got a chance of picking up 4th. There we go. He's gone through, and is he going to be able to make it stick? Lewis is going to try and squeeze Perez as much as possible here, but Perez with the inside line round that really long right-hander takes it through the chicane first, and Lewis has had to back out there for his own safety, really. You can't go too wide through that chicane. That's asking for trouble. So yeah, Perez looking sharp, and now looking to catch Leclerc to make it a double podium for the Red Bulls if he can. Difficult. Lewis Hamilton, of course, with the RS. Oscar Piastri is managing to close the gap here on these two. While these two are battling away for 4th position, Oscar Piastri is looking really quick, as you can see, almost on the back of Lewis Hamilton now. So could have an advantage, as I mentioned. The medium tyres, if they can retain their performance until the end of the race, then we could see Oscar making 1 or 2 positions more, which would be a great effort from the Australian. Leclerc quite far behind Max. Still looks quite comfortable in 3rd position, but has got to keep focus for the last 3 and a bit laps. No silly mistakes, and he could be, as I say, he could be on for a podium here. 3 laps to go then. And Fernando Alonso has led this Grand Prix from the off. The only time he wasn't leading was during the round of pit stops. He pitted quite early. But just as in China, he's looked very good, and so far well deserving of the race win. Although Max Verstappen is trying his hardest here to close the gap. He hasn't got much time left. Less than 2.5 laps remain. He's going to try his best, but I'm not sure whether he's going to be able to catch Fernando. That starting 10th has really cost him. Imagine if he'd have started even like 7th or 8th. Probably going to be leading the race. It took him a little bit to get past Albon. Once he got past Alex though, in the Williams, looked very good. Here we go. Looking 2 laps to go now. Max Verstappen on the back of Fernando Alonso. Not quite within a second, I don't think. He's going to make it as close of a finish as possible. With the way the DRS is situated as well. It's not like, let's say, Spain, for example, where you want to be leading going into the last lap. You could actually be in second position going into the last lap here, and do a job because of the DRS. Is he going to get close enough though? That's the big question, I guess. It is the question on everybody's mind. He has managed to get really, really, really close to Fernando here. This race is going to come down to the wire as it stands. As we see a replay. Oh, Fernando, yeah, with a touch on the wall there, and that's cost him probably about half a second. Hopefully no damage. He's got 1 lap to fend off Max Verstappen. It's going to be close. Max trying to make a move. He's looking decent here, Fernando. He's just managing to hold off. As I mentioned, it's going to be really close. As you see, Max right on the back of Fernando now. Here we go. He's got DRS. We know he's got DRS. It's whether he can get through or not. Is he going to manage to get through? He's having a look around the outside. Oh, that's quite an easy pass there from Max Verstappen. Here we go. Now we have a new race leader from 10th position. Max Verstappen. Incredible stuff. Fernando's got one final section of DRS here to pull this back and to possibly win the race. What a monumental effort this has been from Max Verstappen, by the way. Credit where credit is due. Fernando's got to have a good exit. He has had a good exit. Let's see. He's going to make the move. He's going around the outside. Both flashing, both using all of their ERS. Fernando Alonso takes first position. He's going to come over the line. And Fernando Alonso is going to take the Miami Grand Prix from Max Verstappen. What a race. Charles Leclerc in 3rd position, coming over the line now. Incredible scenes at the end. Here's the battle for 4th position. I think Perez is going to hold on. Yeah, he's going to hold on from Hamilton and Piastri. Piastri did well there to get 6th position. But Fernando Alonso with the race win. What a final lap we had there. Max Verstappen, driver of the day. I can't really argue with that. That has been a great effort from Max. Certainly deserving of driver of the day. But the race win will go to Fernando Alonso, and as I mentioned, deserved race win. Sat pole position. Looked a bit dodgy at the end there, as we saw just at the end of the 28th lap. Just hitting the wall ever so slightly, and Max Verstappen almost took advantage. He did take the lead temporarily, but Fernando Alonso using the DRS to his advantage, sending it round the outside, down that straight and through the right-hander, so that he had the inside line, through the left-hander, apologies. So he had the inside line through the right-hander. Now let's take a look at the current standings. And as we see, Fernando Alonso has moved up to second position. Only 5 points behind Max Verstappen. Norris dropped down to 16 points behind. Yeah, so not a great weekend for Norris. Very, very close in terms of the constructors. Again, seems like Lance Stroll is slightly letting the team down. The Red Bulls, McLaren and the Ferraris looking good. It's very early days though, so you know, long way to go, and we'll see. Maybe Lance can pick up the pace a little bit. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Many thanks to everybody, all the new subscribers, everybody that's been subscribed for a while. It's always a pleasure to do commentary for you, and we'll see you next time.